Hello Year 8. So this video is just going to be on, so you did an assessment a couple of weeks ago, and the assessment was the post-learning version of this, and it had some of the questions from this test. Your next assessment is going to be the rest of this test, but this is the pre-learning assessment, and you'll get the post-learning assessment. So I want to just go through the questions that you'll be asked. They'll be similar but not the same, so that kind of you know how to tackle them, ready for your assessment next week. So you should have already done the circle ones and the net one. Did you do that one as well? I think you did that one as well, the elevations. So what you didn't do is you didn't do volumes and surface areas of prisms and composites, shapes, etc. So 8 small cubes of sides length 1 centimetre used to make a larger cube. So here, complete the table. So the volume, how many cubes are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Surface area. So the surface area is the area of all the faces added up. So cubes have 6 faces, and each face here has got 4. So the surface area is 6 times 4, 24. The total length of his edge, so edges, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's got 12 edges. And each edge is 2 long. Okay, so 12 times 2 is 24. Now, really, units, that should be centimetres cubed, that should be centimetres squared, and that should just be centimetres. So one of the cubes is removed. Has the volume increased? Well, I've taken out something, so the volume has decreased. Now, the surface area. So the surface area, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other back. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. And on the bottom is still going to be 4. So actually it stayed the same. And the total length of its edges, well, I've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It's gone up. Okay, so that's all I have to do. Okay, just think about it logically. Right, here is a cuboid. So hopefully you remember a cuboid. A cuboid is a special type of prism. All you have to do to find the volume of any prism is find the area of one of the faces. Usually it's the cross-section face. Well, it's got to be the cross-section face. It's just, for most prisms, there's only one cross-section face. For cuboids, you could use any faces. Find the area of that, times it by the length. So 5 to 12, excuse me, is 60. Times it by 10. Oh! Times 10 is 600 centimetres cubed. Here is a triangular prism. Calculate the volume. So again, we find the area of this triangle. The triangle is a half, the base times the height. So half of 4 is 2, times 6 is 12. Then you times it by the length. So 12 times 10 is 120 centimetres cubed. Right, mixed questions here. I'm going to need to grab my phone just for a calculator. Mainly because I've left my calculator in another room. There we go. So, this is combining the circle stuff that you did and the volume and surface area stuff. The trundle wheel is used to measure distances. The trundle wheel has a diameter of 50 centimetres. Calculate the circumference. So we should know circumference is pi times the diameter. So the diameter is 50, it's pi times 50. Now, if you don't have a scientific calculator, then you can use 3.14 for pi, and for most things it'll be fine. If not, use the pi button on the calculator. I've got the pi button on my phone calculator, so most of you should have it. 157 point, and it wants it to one decimal place. So the answer is 157.0796. So I want one decimal place, so I want here. That 7 is going to turn that 0 into a 1. Imran uses the trundle wheel to measure the length of the school car park. The wheel rotates 87 times. What is the length of the park? So we do 87 times by the 157.1. So equals, now what thing is about accuracy here. So in a GCSE question, I would keep my number, the 157.07963 blah 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 blah. I would keep that and times that by the 87. Just because I'd get a slightly more accurate answer. It's completely up to you. And if I do that, I get 13665.928 blah blah blah. Okay, so to the nearest meter, so the meter's here, that 9's going to turn that 5 into a 6, so 13666 centimeters long, or 136.66 meters. Okay, interestingly, if I had used the 157.1 and times that by the 87, I'd have got the answer 13667.7, which would have rounded to 13668. So there is a slight difference. It doesn't matter. You'll get the mark either way. Okay, Google, stop. That's not my dinner this time. So, the diagram shows a net of dice. The dice has 6 faces. So this is a real visual thing where you've got to work out how it's going to be folded up. Okay. So write the missing numbers so that they're on the opposite faces add to 7. So if we think about it, if that's going to be my base, so the bottom of it is going to be a 2, that is going to kind of lift up to the side, and that's going to lift up to the side. So those two are going to be opposite each other. So those two have to add up to 7. So that's got to be a 6. Then this one is going to lift up, and this one's going to lift up, and they're going to be opposite to each other. So 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's going to be a 3. Which means the last face is going to be matched up with that face, so it's got to be a 5. And you'll notice that's how all dice work. All dice's numbers 1 to 6 have got them matching, so the opposite side adds up to 7. Anyway, cat food is sold in tins shaped like this. Each tin has an internal height of 5 centimeters. The area of the tin of the lid is 35 centimeters squared. Work out volume, so it's just a fancy prism. So you do 35 times 5, which is 175 centimeters cubed. For this one, again, it's a prism. And this is a cylinder. It's a special prism. So you've got to find the area, because we're wanting to find volume again. We've got to find the area of this circle. So the area of the circle is pi r squared. Now, that is the diameter, which is 6. So the radius must be 3. So it must be pi times 3 squared. Then you times it by the height, which is times by 4. So if I type that all in my calculator, 3 squared is 9. Pi times 9 times 4 is 113.0973. I want one decimal place, so I want this one here. That 9 is going to turn that 0 into a 1. 3.1. Okay, so and then there's a little extra task. So that's what your assessment is going to be like next week. So it's not going to be exactly the same questions. They're going to be similar. They're going to be on similar topics. You know how it works. What I want you to do is I want you to have a look and make sure anything that I've said all makes sense. And there's nothing you don't understand. If there's any topics that you're not 100% sure on, go and look them up now so you can revise them ready for your assessment next week. Or you can send me messages and I'll help you with specific things. You know, I'm not going to be around for a huge amount longer. So I did say last video, I was going to tell you why on this one. So Friday's lesson, I'm going to just set you some My Maths work. And then from the next Monday, Miss Warren is going to be setting you work. So the reason why is my baby is due on Saturday, which will be here sometime shortly after then, if not before then. But I'm recording this now. It's a Monday evening now. I'm recording this, and I'm setting it now, so it's going to be ready for you to watch on Wednesday, and you to do the work on Wednesday. And I'm going to set the My Maths work up ready now so that it appears on Friday, so you can do your My Maths work on Friday. So Miss Warren doesn't have, if I have the baby early, Miss Warren doesn't have to worry about that. Now the work you're going to be set is the same work as set 1. She's not setting you any different work. It's just going to be the same work as set 1. Now it is Math Mastery type stuff, so it should all be similar. They might be in a slightly different place than you, but she is aware of where I'm up to with you guys. So she'll hopefully be a similar place, if not exactly the same place. So don't worry about it if you miss a little bit. And yeah, so I won't have any contact with you after Friday. If you email me, you'll probably get an out of office saying I'm not here anymore and who to contact. So from up until Friday, and including Friday, email me if you've got any questions with anything. After that, contact Miss Warren, and I will, if I have the baby early and I go off on maternity leave earlier than Saturday, then you'll just get a message back from my email if you email me, and it will say, email Miss Warren. So yeah, so it's been lovely to teach you this year. I've really quite enjoyed teaching you. You've made me laugh. You've made me pull my hair out, the fact that you won't stop talking sometimes. But I think you're all really good. And I will be back at Easter time next year. So I'm off for 2 terms, and then I'll be back with you for the summer term. I won't necessarily be teaching you. I'll just be back in school and helping out. Okay, so I hope you're all well. I hope you all stay well. And yes, I will see you Easter 2021. Bye bye.